Alright, so today I'm going to try and rethrow my sister's UFO pot. This is the plan. Just throwing 3 pieces. Well, 4 actually, because the saucer's 2. This is the one that I threw last time. I used 1 pound for the pot on the inside, 1 pound for the saucer halves, and then like 0.75 for the foot. It doesn't have the wide look I was looking for. So this time I'm going to try using 2 pounds for each saucer half. And then 1 pound for the pot and 1 pound for the foot. The other thing that I'm going to do that's different is I watched a video by Broken Arrow Pottery, and they were making UFOs. And so I'm going to try their technique of kind of throwing a plate and then lifting it up. Now I haven't done that before, so I have 3 pieces of clay for the saucer part, just in case it fails, and then I can go back to throwing the bowls, because I don't have any experience making plates, so we will see. And then also the difference is today's overcast, so there's no sun. I don't know if I'm going to be able to dry these pieces and enough to be able to assemble today, so I may end up assembling tomorrow. Oof. There we go. That's there it is. Oh. I can't see anything. Ooh, that's closer to center. This clay's friendly. Friendly clay. Dan Diaz, hello. Hanif, hello. Hello, VX player, laugh out loud. Hello, yes, I'm okay. I'm trying to think if this is gonna work, if I know what I'm doing here. I'm changing up my plan. I'm trying something new. And I haven't decided if I like the idea or not. I don't know if it's gonna work. I am making a UFO saucer for my sister. I'll show you. So this is the plan. Right there. So it's thrown in 4 pieces. The saucer is 2 pieces. Then there's a pot inside. And then a foot. Those are the 4 pieces. This is the one that I threw last time. And I'm redoing it because I'm not happy with it. I wanted a more like longer UFO on the side, so more of an angle. And then plus when I stuck the pot in here, I got it stuck. So I watched a video of another potter and how they were doing, they also did a UFO. It wasn't a planner, but it was still a UFO. And they threw like a plate that then they lifted up off the wheel to make the saucer shape. But I don't know if this is going to work for me because I've never thrown a plate before. So I'm trying to kind of figure it out. I'm thinking I've got too much clay. Hey, Denny. Denny, have you ever thrown a plate before? Because I'm trying to figure it out right now. I got all excited because I watched a video and I was like, ooh, I like how this lady's making a flying saucer. I'm going to try that way. But now I realize that I didn't pay enough attention to the actual technique. I just kind of got like a general idea, and then I'm like, ooh, wait. Now I'm on the wheel. I'm like, oh, maybe I need to go back to my bowl. Because this doesn't seem to be working. Oh, this is getting a little bit better. I'm gonna need a different sponge. The canted alkalidy. Hello. So I'm trying to figure out how to make the shape this person did and make it even. Because that's definitely not happening right now. I have all sorts of different thicknesses here. Another snow day? That sucks. It is pretty nice here. We'll probably have like one more cold day. It's kind of just known that you're gonna have at least one more freeze before Easter. But it's pretty nice today. It's overcast though. We had some nice thunderstorms this morning. So like, how do you compress the edge? Y'all see that flickering light? So my neighbors are renovating their house, and I think and they're borrowing our electricity. And I think we may be overloading it. I may have to take something off. Oh, hey, Fresh Cup of Joel. What's up? Trying to figure out how to make plates so I can make a UFO saucer. Nice! Denny, Fresh Cup of Joel is a potter, and we got like a little potters group. And Fresh Cup of Joel, Denny, is a isolated potter as well. He makes all of his own stuff. He's gonna make his own kiln. So I watched this one YouTube channel, Broken Arrow Pottery, and the person made a flying saucer, which is what I'm trying to make. Hers was just a regular flying saucer. It wasn't like a planter pot like mine is. But I liked her shape better than mine. So I'm going to try to do what she did, which was she made like a plate, and then she used her throwing stick to like lift it up at an angle to make a dome thing. Fresh Cup of Joel also streams. He's doing the same thing I am, which is like recording all of his time at the wheel from like first throw. He's a cool dude. Man, I meant to have my Canada hat from whenever you came by, Joel. Now I'm disappointed. So anyway, I'm trying to figure out this plate. I don't know how it's going. If it doesn't go well, then I'm just going to go back to making the bowl. So I have enough clay to do 3 of these. So if this doesn't work, then I'll just use the other 2 to make bowls like I did the first time, and hopefully they'll be wide enough. Man, that bird sounds like a child. Do you hear the bah? Where is it? I'm assuming you can press the rim of a plate like this. I didn't actually watch any videos on how to make plates before I did this, which I probably should have. I don't even know where I'm looking. I can't see without my glasses. This does not look flat. I see lots of like ridges. How do you make it flat? Which rib do you use? Green rim? Apologies, Leish. I do not speak that language. So, like, you would compress when you lift it. Okay. That makes sense. I'll go with that. Plates are on my to make list, so I gotta learn this eventually. Ooh, what just happened there? I don't know. Maybe we'll just go ahead and lift it and see what happens. Yeah? Yeah, I got a lot of end goals. Dinnerware. I think the next thing after I make this, that was gonna be a dog dish for my dog. A bowl for my dog. Give him something a little bit better that he can. I don't have to reach down so low. My old senior pup. Alright, I'm like getting to the edge of this bat. So not even. That bottom is like thicker. Just do it. Alright. I'll do it. So she went in under. So the difference is one Hers was much smaller. Well, that didn't work. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. All right, I'm gonna cut this and then still try. Just make it smaller so that I at least get the practice. I think I might end up doing the bowls because I have no confidence in what I'm doing here. My other concern is what I increase the amount of clay. So last time I used 1 pound. I've got 2 pounds now, and I'm wondering if that's just not too much for what I'm trying to do, the shape, with my skills.
Confidence is built with practice. 18-inch platters?
Well, the lady who owns the studio where I go, Yenten, she's awesome. She's been working on plates, and she uses 4 pounds. And she has a same wheel as I do, so the wheel head's the same 15 inches, I think, as our wheel head. I think I'm going to go back to the bowl after this because I have no confidence in what's going on here. Where is it go? Where's my stick? Lost my stick. There it is. Jom. I am making a what am I making? I'm making a UFO planter. UFO plant pot. And I'm trying a different way than I did last time. It's going a little bit better. It definitely has like a saucer tilt. It's a flopping. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I think I got too soft a clay or too wide of a thing, so. Oh, and I cut off the bottom. All right, so I'm gonna try to bowl like I did before. Still thinking I may have too much clay, but worst comes to worst, I just throw it. Mr. Jeff, hello. I'm just learning. I'm actually not very good at all of the pottery yet. I'm learning though. That's the name of my channel. There's some really good potters out there. They do all sorts of crazy things. So I'll show you the first attempts. But thank you for your kind words. It's a nice thing to say. So this was my first attempt, Jom. And the idea is that it is a bottom water pot. So this pot's supposed to come out, but I forced it in there and now it's stuck. So it's part of the reason I have to rethrow it. The other reason is I could just do it better. Like I kind of rushed the assembly, so this part is lopsided. and I wanted it to go out more. So this is kind of more of the shape that I'm looking for. And I grabbed pound and a half. I grabbed 2 pounds of clay, and I really think I may have should just done 1.5 pounds, but we'll see.
Always nice, Mr. Jeff, with your words.
I've only been doing this for like not even 2 years yet. It takes a long time to learn, man. There's like a lot to learn. And there's like so many facets to this, it's crazy. And I tend to like try things and then move on, so I don't do the same thing again and again and again, and that's kind of how you get better, is doing the same thing again and again and again. But that's not really my bag. And that's okay, because I do this for therapy, like I just do it for relaxation. So I'm not in any rush to become the greatest potter ever. I just want to make some fun stuff. Ooh, look at that! Finally found the center. I scratched a hole or whatever. I scratched a thing in the bat. Yeah, the bat. So I can find the center again.
Oh, what kind of art do you make?
I see you here. Shoot away. Oh, sweet. What kind of animations do you do? Is it like for games? Is it for like kind of cartoons or things like that? I just got into drawing this year. Started taking drawing lessons actually to improve my art knowledge. Let's speed this thing up. I make my day job is I make games for the Game Boy Advance. I'm on a team of 2. My husband does the programming, I do the art and marketing. So I do pixel art.
Cool.
Animation's fun. I would say sprites are like a strong point of mine, and then a weaker point is scenes. That's what got me to start taking the art classes, because I would get just stuck on scenes, and we're trying to make, the first game we made was a puzzle game. And then we've done a couple game jams where we did platformers. And I was like, let's do a platformer next. But that requires making scenes, like, you know. So I wanted to learn the fundamentals of art, so I started taking drawing classes. So that's cool. Do you use, like, what programs do you use? I only use Sprite because I only do pixel art. I don't do, like, Blender or anything like that. And if you need me to slow down on my speaking, let me know. I know that English is not everyone's first language, and sometimes I speak too quickly. So I don't just say slow down or repeat. I don't mind. Pulse VR. I am making a UFO plant pot. I think you can kind of see the old one I made behind me. I'm going to remake it. It's clay. I'm making it with clay. This is a clay wheel, a throwing wheel, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully I don't fry anything. Right now I'm doing what's called coning and centering. Coning and centering. So I'm bringing all the clay up to the top, and then I push it back down. Then it gets all the clay particles going in the right direction to help the integrity of my pot. At least that's what I was told. Yeah, it's a little weird. No, I'm not gonna break it. Well, this one behind me, I'll break this one behind me when I'm done. If I get all my pieces off, because this is a gift from my sister. And in the scenario that I don't get one done, like a second one done, I'm gonna give her that one and just cut a hole in the bottom, so it's just a normal plant pot. But yeah, I break all my stuff. If you look at my old videos, man, I don't keep a lot of my stuff, so there's no attachment here. Like, the first thing you learn in pottery is non-attachment. You can't get attached to your pieces because just everything breaks too much, too easily. And there's just a lot of stuff that you just don't have control over, like the weather, and sometimes things dry weird and they get all warped. I mean, pros, the better you get at it, the less stuff happens, but it still happens. Yeah, it looks a little weird. But they even have a saying, like, whenever you put stuff in the kiln, which is like the last part of the process, like firing it, everything's up to the kiln gods, is what they say. And the idea is, or the thought behind that is that you don't have any control. Your pot could just explode. Explode in the kiln, which I've had happened before. So you don't get attached to a piece until it's 100% done. Yeah, but if you think this is weird, you should see pulling handles. I think I've gone up 3 times. I try to go at least 3 times, up and down. Go one more time, just be safe. Anybody in particular? I'm always looking for potters to follow. The more people I watch, the more I appreciate that like everyone has their own style and their own techniques. It's really cool. Where's my needle tool? I had it. It's over here now. That's a little small. Pull this out a little bit more. There we go. Of course, it's all off now, but that's okay. There. Nah, I know. It's just gonna be part of life for a bit. I thought they were done for the day, but it's okay. I understand if people don't want to watch because of it. It's cool. I will survive. So, yeah, they're gonna have construction for a while. Today they're working on the roof, I believe. The people who own it are friends of ours. They're remodeling it. They actually remodeled our house for us. Our house was their first project. And then our neighbor moved, and he was a renter. And now they bought that one. And I was teasing them that they're just moving on down the neighborhood. Oh, don't let me lose my chamois. Oh, I'm not. I figure people, I wouldn't want to. I prefer the birds. I definitely prefer the birds. Okay. So we got a compressed bottom. Before we start pulling up. All right, I got to think real quick. So I want to make a wide bowl. So one of the things that I've been reading, I need to leave enough at the base to support the top. So it need to be kind of, yeah. Don't be too aggressive on the pull. And I guess go up and then out. I guess that's what I'm going to do, up and then out. Do a cylinder with thick walls and then slowly stretch it out. Press them walls. I've actually made this too thin. This clay is super soft today, which is great because it's been not so soft. But I'm gonna put more of this up too. Okay. Do not disturb on. But I do not. Okay. Do I have a heat gun? Somewhere. My husband has a heat gun. Huh. That's a good idea that they use the heat gun to keep him from flopping. Okay. Well, I think this is going to be a lesson I learned the hard way. I think we're going to call it there. Because I'll compress that rim one more time, and then I'm going to call this piece there because I don't want to mess it up. Alrighty. I do actually want to pull a little clay away from this base. Reclaim, Joel. I rarely have fresh clay because I reuse my stuff so much. So this is some reclaim that I just processed this weekend. So I love reclaim. Reclaim's my favorite. Fresh clay sucks, in my opinion. Like clay fresh out of the bag, man, it never works for me. Like,
And do that other piece.
It always just seems too dense and too stiff. And like, I also don't spend enough time wedging. I hate wedging. I absolutely despise wedging. I was watching a Simon Leach video the other day, and he was like talking about how important wedging was, and I'm like, I just dropped this. Good thing I'm only using it for this. I was like, yeah. Like, Joel, I know you're like getting a kill and stuff, but the best thing I did ever was like not keep any of my pieces when I first started. You know what I want to learn to do? I've been watching Ben, and he does something like this before he puts down his bat, and he takes a piece of clay, and it always looks like it goes on so smooth and right. And I'm like, what are you doing? Is that just normal clay? Is it like super wet clay? I'm not a fan of these bats though. I mean, it's nice being able to pull stuff off, but I'm not as comfortable with them as I am throwing not on the wheel, I mean, throwing directly on the wheel. Yeah, I love reclaim, man. I would almost like, I'm excited. I got 3 bags of clay from the lady who owns the studio, and they're all dried out because someone gave them to her. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be awesome. Because it's going to be, starting off, it's going to be reclaim. And, ooh, you need to stay down, buddy. These are like these MDF boards, and I think they're already starting to warp. But I'm in Georgia, so like it's super humid here. So I don't think I have any chance of ever not having warped MDF mats. I think I called it plates. So. Yeah, I actually just changed my reclaim process. I made a plaster board, and the batch before last, I dried on the plaster board. It just dries too quick. For me, I don't keep an eye on it. It's not like I'm out here 8 hours a day. So I'm going back to the pillowcase method, and that's what I did for this last batch, and it's beautiful. So I need to remember to keep an eye on that one, because I need to make it the same size. You're a wiggler. Why are you wiggling? I'm just gonna wiggle. I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna ignore it. I'm 7 months into throwing and really only have like 20 pieces kept for firing. Most are monumental pieces, and the rest are for my fiance. +1 for the pillowcase, yes. Yeah, that's what I did. I started like, and the funny thing was that when I finally got to a kiln, I fired a bunch of pieces that I've been holding on to, and then I was like, I don't like any of these anymore. So, but I don't have any like plans to sell my stuff, so like, I don't know. I don't need a backlog of items. I have like a stack of pots right now over in the corner, which they're plant pots. That's what I threw in the beginning. That's all I threw in the beginning, because I was like, if I don't like it, I can always use a plant pot. Like, somebody always needs a plant pot. My goal, though, is I want to be able to throw big plant pots. I want to throw, like, gallon-sized pots. But that means I need to get up to 5 pounds of clay, and I'm not there yet. Maybe if it was, like, super soft reclaim, I could do 5 pounds. Yeah, Denny, the pillowcase is where it's at, for sure. What did I do? I don't remember what day I did it. Normally I stream it, but I just didn't feel like it. But I think it spent like 2 days. In the morning, I strained it, or ran it through the sieve, put it in a pillowcase, then I hung it up here in my garage. And then the next day I laid it out on the concrete because it was nice and sunny in my driveway. And then did that for and then I put it up at night because you can't trust the weather. And then the last day, I think on the third day, I put the pillowcase on my plasterboard, which took it the rest of the way. And then it was beautiful, beautiful clay. So happy. Maybe a little bit on the soft side. But what I'm finding is I have like concrete board, like hardy backer kind of stuff. It's not hardy backer, it's something similar though. And that stuff like sucks the moisture out of my clay more than my plasterboard does. I'm hoping this summer I'll get drywall up in here, and then I can get some shelves, drywall and some insulation. That'll really help my drying process, because right now it's just, I'm basically outside. Oh, I should ask JM Clay how she does hers. She's kind of outside too. She's got high humidity. One more time. I should have paid attention to how much I opened that other one. I should try hardy backers since yeah, potter's plaster is hard to get for some reason. Yeah, I actually wish I would have skipped the potter's plaster, because the hardy backer's like so awesome. I did have fun making it, the plasterboard, but now I've got like 45 pounds of freaking plaster sitting around that will eventually just probably get soaked in here because my garage leaks. And then I'll just have like a piece of concrete, 50-pound piece of concrete. But I was thinking about trying some, I want to try slip casting. My sister has these little ceramic dinosaurs that she has sitting on her she's got these like brick pillar things, and she has them sitting on her front of her house like people do lions, but she's got two little dinosaurs. And one of them has a cracked tail, and I thought about trying to do slip casting to make her another one. And using the plaster for that. Hello, Joshua. This is something I can't read it. Alive. Alves. Pumaras. Ridicula? Sounds weird. Lo siento. This should be the last cone up. Someone would say, I think it was Simon Leach, who was like, centering is the opposite of wobble. I always wobble. There's always some wobble. Hopefully this base is a little bit thicker. That one may be a little bit too thin. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. No. Entiendo. No. No entiendo. Necesito inglés. Lo siento. Y no puedo leer las palabras. Mi ojos no bueno. Pots only wobble when they're centered. Dude, you gotta do English. I'm sorry. I'll work more on my Spanish though. I'll be sure to translate what you wrote. Oh, Portuguese. Portuguese. That's why. Yeah, no Portuguese. Well, that's how they said it in Brazil, Portuguese. I don't know how they say it in Portugal. I like that, Denny. I'm gonna keep that. Pots only wobble when they move.
Missing things. I just ignore things I don't like. So if I don't say anything, it's probably because I didn't like it. Or possibly I didn't see it if it went too quick. One of the two. But I can tell you I do not like comments that are about my parents. I'm here to do pottery. This thing is like 8 inches across. And that base is kind of, let's see. The birds are giving off good vibes. The birds give off the best vibes. The birds are my music. I thought about playing music out here, but then I realized how awesome the birds are, so I'm like, I'm just gonna do that instead. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing I did last time, which is not mess it up. Hopefully. Thank you for switching to English. No children. Well, because I only have, like, I just don't want to bring anything out here, man. Everything is, like, gets dusty. Ooh. Slow this down a bit. And then +2, I don't know, man. I really enjoy the birds. I've gotten to the point where I know my cardinal song. I'm like, that's my cardinal. And he is a very proud dude. Alexa is handy for that. House sparrows. Hello, Oelia. I got a lot of cardinals. That's the only one I've really know what it is. I'm not like a birder, but I want to learn. And there was one earlier. It was a new bird. I hadn't heard it before, but it sounded like a baby. It sounded like a child going, "Hey, hi." But I wear glasses, so I'm nearsighted, so I can't see the birds. I just can hear them. So I'm just guessing. I can see the cardinals red though. And there's a tree over there he likes to sit on. Ooh, the construction's gonna stop soon because it's raining. Oh, you gotta go back to English. World of life, life of world, mundo's world, right? Vida's life, live. I need to get a better chamois. That one's on its last leg. All right, so this is the scary part. Very scary. Let's go and get oh, they're invasive. Huh, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Let's go a little bit wider. Yeah, I'm gonna work. We just moved here in July. And my goal is to make a native garden. We kind of have like a blank slate right now. And I've been researching plants to attract native fauna. So native birds and bugs. And I want to see if I can't get all like edible trees and plants and things like that. Alright, so trying to go a little bit farther out again. Ooh. Dude, even if this isn't it, I don't trust it to keep going. How big is that now? Ooh. That's about right. That's like at 8 inches. This is just shy of it. Just a little bit more, just a little bit. Worst that happens is it flops, right? Now we're talking. Now we're talking. I suppose my confidence in making bowls. We've got these plastic bowls I want to replace. I've probably had them since like college. I don't want to knock this out. Like, I've seen other people like flip it over to see if it fits, but I'm too scared to do that. So I'm not. I'm excited. This worked. Okay. So I got those 2 pieces done. Now I need Still look not exactly right, but that's okay. Where's this? Let me go try to find that heat gun. I don't know, maybe I'll be able to, a little smaller piece. My hairdresser told me that moisture in the air pulls moisture out of your hair. It's a piece of glitter. And I wonder if it's the same for clay. Man, I still can't get... I'm gonna have to ask Ben, like, next time I watch one of his streams, be like, what are you doing there? Like, is it like a piece of slip? Is it... What's the trick? Is there something hard in here? Yes. I feel like a lumpy lump. Lumpy lump. Stupid bat pins. All right. Oh, it's a stink bog. I'm sorry, stink bog. That's not a good lie. Let's smell that sawdust. So the next step is going to be the pot that goes inside. I think I'm going to try to make it a little wider this time. Last time it was very tall and narrow, which isn't a great plant pot. So I need to measure. I don't want to measure that side. That's like 2.5 inches. I don't know why one's taller than the other. One's 2.5 inches, one's like 3 inches, so that's 5.5 inches. So if I do 5-inch tall pots, and then these things are like, this would be a good time to have calipers, but I do not. These things are like, if that's going to be my base, this one could be my top one. And it's got like a, almost a 4-inch base. So we're going to aim for like a, no taller than 5 inches, 4 inches. So maybe like 4x4, something like that. Ooh, that's some soft clay right there. Oh, small bits of clay. So it's interesting when you're throwing, you can actually feel like if there's a lump in there that's a different consistency than most of the clay, you can feel it moving around. What I'm trying to do is work it towards the top. So I have nice homogenized clay. There's something in here. It's not supposed to be in here. Is that it? Did I get it? I think I got it. All right, Jenny, you have an awesome evening. Thanks for coming by, as always. I'm wishing you good weather. May this be the last snow of the season. What did I say? I was trying to do like 4x4, right? Something like that, right? Decent bottom. Decent. Decent. I wonder what that one is. Ah. Ah.
Let's compress it. More than 90-degree angle here. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Compress. Kind of have to go wider. That's okay. It's still fine. How tall am I? Ooh, I can still go taller, so that's good. So that's maybe it's fine. Wobble, wobble. Daughter says I may end up having to rethrow this center pot because I think it's just not quite right. You're so wobbly. Don't be so wobbly. Less wobbly. less wobbly. Okay. Next, I want to make a decent little rim on this thing so it can catch. I may even want to turn it out slightly so it can catch the it has something to catch on the actual flying saucer part. First step, make it stronger. Next step, turn it out. And I want it to be rounder. Well, it's not rounder, but it's turned out, so okay, whatever. Whatever. It already has kind of a foot cut out. Okay, okay. This piece, stick this piece in here. Take this piece, stick it over there. Oh no! I hit it, but it's fine. I'll go back. that stuff. Stick some on there too, why not? Just smash it on, smash it. I have no idea. Not make it lumpy. All right, so last piece. You can hear them talking to each other, like that one going, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Now it stopped, of course. Alright, so this is the last piece. This is the foot, which is probably way more clay than I need right now, but it's fine. Wait, this isn't the one I want. Oh, the other one. This is the one I just messed up. So this one is going to be the foot, the light beam. Essentially another bowl. Last time I threw it hollow, but this time I think I am going to include a foot. I'm probably just going to cut the foot off in the end. It's a whole lot cooler if this wasn't doing that. Oh well. I think they're done with the construction for the day.
more time. Oh no! So it started to detach. Let's try that again. That's a lot of legs, y'all. That's kind of you. I just now saw. Usually people just lurk. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with lurking. I'm a lurker. I don't feel good about this one. I've got this like clump in the middle and I can feel it. It doesn't want to be friendly. I can't overwork it, so I'm just gonna have to make do. Worst comes to worst, I can re-wedge that one piece. And cut that in half and try again. Alright, so this one is going to have a narrow base and go wide. Slow down. Birds are making me happy. bottom. Come on. There we go. Next, we go out and wide. Ooh, let's not just knock it off. This part makes me nervous. Ooh. I want to go wider at that base. Happy endings. Wow, man. That's a Botty comment if I've ever read one. Words. Just words. Unless I'm misreading it. I could be misreading it. My eyeballs aren't that great. So if I'm misreading it, I apologize, but it came off very Botty. That's cool, dude. No! That's what I get for calling someone a bot. I believe the internet is dead. It is dead, y'all. A little bit wider, getting greedy. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. All right, not gonna touch anymore. That's just asking for mistakes. So yay! Got my 3 components. Alrighty. So I'll show you what's up for those who missed it. I am making a UFO planter. And it's gonna look like this. This is my second trying to make this. So it's thrown in 4 pieces. The saucer part is 2 pieces. This foot part is a piece, and then there's a pot inside. That's the 4th piece. So this is the saucer. This is the foot part. That will be the beam of light. This is the pot that drops in on the inside. And then these are the saucer parts that will go together.
So the next step is trimming and assembling, which I will not be doing today because the pieces are not dry enough for that, but I will show you the other thing that I'm working on. So I'll be back. This is another piece I'm working on for my mama. I'm like decorating it, you can see. So I'll work on that this afternoon. But if you want to finish watching this, I'll be back tomorrow. By then, these pieces should be dry enough to trim and assemble. Last time I set them out in the sun to dry, and it was enough to get them enough to work. But there's no sun today, so I don't think that's going to work. Besides, I want this to be, I'd very much like to get this done all the way and dropped off in the kiln in the next week or so, because it's a gift for my sister for her birthday. This is the other one I threw, by the way. This is my last attempt. But I didn't like how wide or how not wide this part was. And then also I put my pot down in there to so they'd all dry together and shrink together. But it got stuck, but then I broke it. So that's how it's supposed to work. So that was a lesson learned, is to not cram the piece down to make it fit so it gets stuck. So the person who wanted to see this broken, it's broken. So yeah, next time, I kind of rushed this when I was making it because I wanted to see it together and see if I could do it. So hopefully this one will turn out better, and hopefully this one I'll be able to keep, but we'll see. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow trimming and assembling. That'll be the plan for tomorrow. Alrighty, thanks for everyone who came by and said nice things. Hope you're having a wonderful day. If not, maybe tomorrow will be better.